Hello there, very good afternoon to you and welcome to Lunchtime News. We are coming to you live and direct from the News First studio here in Colombo. Before we head into the stories in detail, here's a look at the headlines. Minister of Foreign Affairs and former Finance Minister Ravi Naik appears before Presidential Commission of Inquiry. Inter-University Students' Federation convener remanded once again. Procession of the Ardivale commences from Point Pedro. Large-scale liquor brewery raided in Kakirava. Now on to a lead story that News First has been following up on from day one. Minister of Foreign Affairs, former Finance Minister Ravi Naik appeared before the Presidential Commission of Inquiry into the central bank bond transaction. The minister arrived at the commission for the first time today upon an order issued by the Presidential Commission of Inquiry. Naik had been summoned on 2 previous occasions. He faces tough questions regarding the lease and purchase of the Monarch penthouse apartment and the controversial bond transactions that took place when he was the finance minister. Now, speaking on Newsline this morning, senior banker and former chairman of Bank of Ceylon, Siripala Tenakon, commented on the irregularities surrounding the apartment.
Things may be like that, but in reality it is a family company.
Right.
His wife, his daughter, they are the directors of the company. And here is a situation where some good Samaritan comes from somewhere, brings bags full of money and dump it in a safe.
Is that why they
dump it in a safe to be used for what? I don't know at the point of time when the money was brought in that it was to be paid for a house to be bought by these people. I mean, there are several laws that govern this transaction. Several breaking of the law, like the Money Laundering Act, the income tax evasions,
foreign
exchange involvement.
On to a story that News First has been initiated lately. News First national campaign, Sri Lanka Free Against Corruption, got underway yesterday. News First teams are touring all 25 districts around the nation to awaken the general public to the corruption in the country.
It's day 2 of the Sri Lanka Against Corruption campaign, and we are here in the beautiful town of Vallavaya at the Vallavaya public bus stand, where we began today's activities of creating awareness about the corrupt dealings of the present as well as previous public representatives who we have elected into Parliament. We are in a campaign of pasting stickers after creating awareness, as well as distributing leaflets, and also in the meantime we are also getting the people to pledge their support for a corruption-free Sri Lanka in the form of a questionnaire that we are collecting and putting into a separate box, which will be later used for data gathering purposes. Now, this pledge for a corruption-free Sri Lanka is only the beginning, as we hope to take this message island-wide throughout the country, throughout the nation, in order to build up a strong force which opposes the mere concept of corruption in public representatives. This is our attempt in draining the swamp. For the News First team, I'm Ramesh Bandara from Vallavaya.
Well, we also have News First Shehan Ranatunga joining us from Jaffna.
Today is day 2 of Newsfirst national campaign to free Sri Lanka of all forms of corruption. We began the campaign yesterday. We are still in Jaffna and we are heading towards the south of Jaffna, which is Tenmarachi. This is one team. There's another group of our team members who are heading to the north, Vadamarachi, and we will cover the length and breadth of Jaffna as we engage with the people of Jaffna, because the aim of this campaign is to put an end to corruption. Terms like corruption, terms like misappropriation tend to be associated with our public officials, and we want to bring this to light. We want to speak with the people, and as we speak with our people, our fellow Sri Lankans here in Jaffna, we will bring you the latest. From here in Jaffna, I'm Shehan Ranatunga for News First.
Also onto a story from Jaffna, the procession to celebrate the Hindu Adivale festival in honour of Lord Muruga commenced from Point Pedro this morning. A replica of the veil from Tiruchendur, a golden spear of the deity, is displayed on the procession.
The festival is an important Hindu celebration hosted in Colombo and has a unique history dating back to 1874. The festival sees pilgrims from all over Sri Lanka engage in a pilgrimage on foot to Kataragama every year. For the first time, the Capital Maharaja Organisation Limited is hosting a part of the celebration, which began from the Silver Sannidhi Kovil in Valvettidurai today. The 5-day procession of the veil will travel through Jaffna, Vaunia, Trincomalee and Kurunegala before arriving at the Capital Maharaja Organisation Limited head office in Braybrook Place, Colombo 2 on the 5th of August.
On to another one of our headline-making stories. Now, 5 suspects, including the convener of the Inter-University Students' Federation, Lahiru Veerasekara, were ordered to be further remanded until the 4th of this month. The order was issued today by Maliga Kanda Magistrate Dulani S. Veeratunga. The suspects were under remand custody for charges of forcefully entering the Ministry of Health and causing property damage. At the hearing, the attorneys representing the suspect made a request for bail to be granted, and the Chief Magistrate informed that a decision to grant bail will be taken up on the 4th of August, when the case will be taken up again for hearing after the Attorney General presents his stance on the bail request. Celebrations for the 250th Newsfirst classroom workshop was being held at the Umia D.S. Senanayake Central College in Kurunegala. Officials of Sirasa TV and Newsfirst were present for the occasion today, and the workshop, which was held for 3 days, gave students the opportunity to take part in practical activities in several disciplines. Students of the school as well as several other schools were taking part at the workshop. To take part in practice. The annual Kumbal Perera leading up to the historic Asala Mahaperera in Kandy paraded through the streets of Kandy yesterday.
The casket of the procession was carried by Singharaja, the tusker belonging to the temple of the sacred tooth relic. The casket was placed on the tusker by Venerable Tibbatuwave Sri Medhankarathera. The final Kumbal Perahera is set to parade the streets tonight, and the first Randoli Perahera will parade the streets tomorrow night.
The Department of Examination says that all tuition classes and lectures for the GC advanced level examination will be prohibited from midnight today.
Issuing a communique, the department noted that this will remain in effect till the 2nd of next month. It added that conducting classes, subject-related lectures, workshops, and printing model examination papers, distributing them or publishing them on print media will be prohibited. The Commissioner General of Examinations said that if any institute or individual violate this ban, strict legal action will be taken against them and the institution.
The first ever advanced offshore patrol vessel built for the Sri Lanka Navy at the Goa Shipyard Limited in India is set to be commissioned today. The Sri Lanka Navy said that the commissioning ceremony will be held this afternoon at the eastern terminal of the Colombo port under the auspices of Chief of Command President Maithripala Sirisena. This is the first time a vessel has been built by a foreign company for the requirement of the Sri Lanka Navy, and is the largest vessel to have been built by India for a foreign country. The newly built advanced offshore patrol vessel arrived in the island on the 28th of July and accorded a traditional naval welcome upon its arrival at the Colombo port. With a length of 105.7 meters and 13.6 meters width, the vessel has a displacement of 2,350 tons. It has accommodation facilities for 18 officers and 100 sailors. It has an endurance of 4,500 nautical miles in terms of carrying out surveillance operations and also carrying a helipad on board. A suspect who was transporting a stock of marijuana was arrested in the Gatambe area in Kandy yesterday.
Information has come to light that the sale of marijuana has increased in the Kandy area, targeting the arrival of local and foreign tourists. The suspect was arrested while transporting the stock of marijuana on a motorbike. Police said the seizure has been valued at nearly 25 million rupees. A liquor brewery which was functioning illegally in the Habarattawala area in Galkiriyagama Kakirava was raided by area residents last night. Locals thereafter informed the police, following which 7 suspects were taken into custody. Police seized 62 barrels of Goda and equipment used for the manufacturing of liquor. Information has come to light that the brewery was being operated by a woman, as investigations are underway to apprehend her.
Speaking at the investiture of prefects for the Henry Alcott College in Kolonnavi yesterday, Western Provincial Councillor Susil Kindel Pitia expressed the following views.
We need an innovative community. The issue is that we have no leaders in the country. We are searching for leaders. What has happened in this country is that those who have been elected as leaders are doing everything else but lead. So let's try to at least produce leaders among our children. We as parents and teachers have a responsibility to ensure that this happens. Controlling a child is not the way to do it. A child should only be controlled from doing something wrong in society. Apart from that, a child should be given freedom in every other aspect in life.
Well, we end this edition of Lunchtime News with CCTV footage of a rather slippery thief robbing a jewellery store in Kochikade Digambo were captured on the CCTV camera in the store.